Hey everybody, Daniel from the Venza Dutch office. Good to have you for another reaction video. Glad you are here with me as always. Sean Shields from the Roswell office. Waving to the good people, give them the hello sign. Well, we've got a veteran and we got a newbie. Let's find out who the newbie is in the hot seat. Jeff, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, hi, my name is Jeff Aguiar. I am the Director of Sales here at aavgo. aavgo is a cloud-based SaaS company that offers solutions that impact the efficiency of operations, customer experience, and profitability of our clients.
Right on. Good to have you, Jeff. He's sweating it. He's first time, so we don't know. We don't know how he's going to handle it, but he seems like a cool character, so I think he's going to be okay. Karen, tell us about yourself.
Hi, good afternoon. Karen O'Neill. Greetings from New York City. I'm actually live from the NYU Investment Conference. There's a great thing going on here in Manhattan today with 1,100 people attending. So it's so great to be back in the city and to be back at a live event.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I'm Karen O'Neill with Knowcross. We operate in about 40 countries around the globe. We are a service optimization platform recently acquired by Unifocus, who is redefining workforce management. So thrilled to be back here with you guys. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, good to have you. So Karen knows the routine, but Jeff, this is your first time. So I'm sorry, I can't say we're going to go easy on you. It's sink or swim with the reaction videos, brother. So Sean's going to share something on a screen. I got a question for you guys. Get your reaction to it. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Shields. All righty. New ways of working bring new ways of meeting. And so, Sean, if you wouldn't mind going down, oh, I've got it open over here too, is maybe where it says post-pandemic companies have had to change their HR. Do you see that little up towards the top, top. Anyway, in a nutshell, it's talking about travel, the expectation of travel, and also with people working remote, the challenges around organizing business travel and determining when it's justifiable. Is it sustainable? Is it environmentally smart? Is it a good investment? Is it safe with regards to where you are sending your team? If you wouldn't mind then going to the next tab, this is a twofer, guys. So this is with regards to travel agencies can't cope with the demand because of advisor shortage. So this is a little bit looking at how challenging it is to find people who can do that organizing and work within the strategy of the that the organization has, determining who should travel for business and how it might work. It's just not here's the company card and go on that trip wherever like it maybe was just a few years ago. So my question to you guys is, if there is indeed a shortage of advisors, and this is a kind of a unique skill set, will this mean will this impact the ability of us to get back to more business travel? Do you think is this a hurdle that we're going to struggle with to get back to more business travel? That having advisors and being able to wrestle with all of the aspects of making a decision on whether people should go, when they should go, how long they should go, etc. Will this be yet another obstacle that blocks business travel? Karen, being in business travel right now,
hot seat.
What do you think? What do you think? Hot seat. Look at, she's in the hot seat.
I'm in the
there
hot
at the show.
Yeah, this is totally applicable, right? Because this is one of my first trips, certainly my first event back. So speaking kind of personally, I would say, certainly that it's an obstacle, but is it a hurdle that cannot be overcome? The lack of the labor in this particular job? No, I think it's able to be overcome. I feel like this is a huge topic here at this show, actually, that I'm at, about business travel returning and meetings returning, and the forecast for when is that going to happen. And I think, it is happening. It is underway. Yeah. It is rebounding. It is coming back. This is an obstacle, sure, but I feel like from a business travel perspective, speaking of myself personally, I don't rely on a travel advisor to really help me determine that. I am relying on myself and modern technology that's available, whether it be through different apps and different websites, to book that. So I feel like it's yes, it's a hurdle, but it's something that can be overcome for certain.
Okay. So Karen's of the mind that it's just a bump in the road, not something that's going to slow down business travel. Jeff, are you what are your thoughts with this?
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, I would agree. Karen just mentioned it's her first show. I've actually been to 2 so far this year. I've been to the Asian American Hotel Owners Association show, as well as High Tech. And I will say, I've probably been to about 8 High Techs and probably just as many AHOA shows, and they were definitely less attended. Mm-hmm. And obviously I equate that to the U.S. not being open, which they just opened up again. So now
for Europeans,
So I think there's a challenge, as things start to open up, or I think there's been an impact, but I don't think that it's not something that can't be overcome. I think those of us in the industry who've been in the industry are just itching to get back out there on the road. It's just part of what we do. It's part of what the industry kind of expects. In the industry, that business travel will take place. And the last thing that I would say, because I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I think what's interesting about the hospitality industry right now is, because of COVID, I think the industry has kind of fast forward 2 to 5 years. And what I mean by that is, pre-COVID, I've worked for technology companies, and hospitality isn't usually on the forefront of adopting new technologies. But now, after COVID and everything we've gone through over the last year, I'm seeing hoteliers that traditionally would not have been adopting, whether it's contactless solutions or like a kiosk like aavgo offers, adopting it to bring back guests, both personal travel and business travel. So it's exciting time.
I'm usually pretty optimistic, but I see that there's being a hurdle with people having to really make very calculated strategic decisions. To me, there used to be not a second thought. Well, I've got to for me here in the Netherlands, I have meetings in London. I'm just going to take that 45-minute flight, one after another. It's a lot more decision making that goes in now, and so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's a moment in time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be.
I feel like, is that because of but to your original question, is that because of the lack of having an advisor, or is that because of the circumstances post-pandemic and the rebound? Because I'm with you there. I mean, I flew to Germany, and it was a lot. It was a lot to get up. It was very smooth, but you had to orchestrate. You had to orchestrate tests. You had
more paperwork, more stuff.
Card. Yeah. The U.S. vaccination cards are not digitized, so that was, you're carrying a paper copy with you, kind of thing. You were having and that potentially, that kind of challenge or more complexity to your travel will and does impact my decision of when I do want to travel. But I think my overarching point about business travel is, I still believe strongly that there's absolutely a place for business travel, especially in our industry, and the value of the face-to-face meetings and these events that we're at, and really pushing forth to do that. And to the original question and to the article, in my opinion, the advisor or the lack of advisors isn't necessarily going to drive me one way or the other to traveling or not traveling. But very great. Yep.
Well,
Daniel,
appreciate you both. Sean,
I
what do
got
you
to
think?
tell you, travel
Talk to me.
agent, thankless job. My sanitation worker at the end of the year, holiday card. Postman, holiday card. Travel agent, I don't send them jack. Also, it's a thankless job. They have to hear stuff like, don't put me here. I don't want to sit there. Don't put me in the top of the boat. I want to be in the bottom of the boat. I want this. I want that. No wonder these jobs, they were going to quit anyway. Pandemic had nothing to do with it. These people were on the way out. Totally unrelated.
Well, we will for sure put the links to these articles because it's interesting the idea of somewhat larger organizations having
Yeah.
a travel officer that
Yeah.
is evaluating where people are going. It's a budgetary, it's a sustainability on climate, it is a health related.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting niche job that was
Well, and I think,
wasn't nearly as high profile as maybe it will be. I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing I would add, Daniel, is you made reference to flying from where you're at to London. I think international travel probably faces a bigger hurdle. Because I was in Mexico, and there was a lot of conversation internally with the family, like, should we go, should we not go? Traveling within the U.S., maybe wrongfully so. My considerations are there's less hesitation to hop on a plane. I'll be up in New York for the HXBDNY show in this weekend. Well, that's a concern, but there'd be more of a concern if I was saying, "Oh, am I going, international? Where am I going? What's going on there? What precautions have they taken, et cetera?" So
no, I can take the train to Germany, no problem. But if I start talking about flying to Munich, it's like a little bit more involved in paperwork.
Yep.
Daniel, the other thing that I didn't mention that I think is really kind of an underlining point to the Skift article was about labor shortage in general, right, in around the world and specifically the United States. So this is another area within the hospitality industry that there's a shortage, right? There's a shortage of workers across the board, and that is a bigger hurdle than just this segment of the travel agent advisor. So
very interesting times, more and more ripples, right? Crazy. Well, thank you both. I think for his first time, can we say Jeff did a fantastic job? Can we all agree? In the hot seat, you did a great job. Nice to see you, Karen. Sean, everybody out there, thanks for watching this reaction video. We will see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.